Ask the Somali pirates. Ask the men who hide in Pakistani compounds. They'll tell you. We're the ones hunting the hunters. We are SEAL, SAS, Delta, GROM. We are Tier 1.
Okay, so we're in mission 6. This is called Rip Current. Let's go ahead and close our menu out and get going. Now it starts you off with this gun, but if you've been following the video guide, you know that I'm not a fan of the scopes, the scope guns, so, or at least scopes in general. I'm a fan of the guns, but not the scopes. So I like to just stick with this gun and use just the basic iron sights, I guess, that it gives me. I want to head over here. This is just like the, if you've been following, you know this is my strategy right here. I like to just head up here, kind of use the peek and lean. Take these guys out. Now sometimes they're going to rush you, and if they do, you just want to head right behind. Let me show you right quick. You just want to head right here and get behind that, and basically just hit fire if they start rushing you. And sometimes they will. There's a guy right down there. Let me just get a grenade over there. Okay, you're not quite done yet. Until your team pushes out, you're not safe. There's usually a guy right here that you can edge. There's going to be one more guy that usually comes out. There he is. And then that's it. So keep on moving up. Alright, you want to come right over here and look up and try to take out that guy. Now, a chopper is going to come out and take him out automatically. But you know, if you're wondering where the gunfire is coming from, it's coming from up top. And then you kind of just want to focus all your attention right over here, this area, because these guys can toss grenades at you. And if they do, you want to run back over that way, just so you know. So he was about to toss one. Just keep shooting, right? Because they're going to kind of run into your bullets. Remember, you have unlimited ammo, so use that to your advantage. I'm waiting because I want to get into that middle. Oh, still got one guy over here. I want to get into that gazebo, or whatever you want to call that little area. That's where I want to be at. I want to say, yeah, there's still a guy. He's down now. Alright, let's go ahead and push up. Make sure this is clear. I always shoot where you see the like the plants or whatever. There's usually guys. See right there, there's a guy behind the plant. And just clean it out, and then you want to run up here and jump and get on this side. This is probably, I'm not going to say it's the safest spot on this little map, but it is a very safe spot. Now somebody got a grenade in here that I didn't see, because I just took. Usually when you get bloodied up that quick, it's usually a grenade. That's about how much energy it takes off. Always shoot behind these little flowers, right, or these little plants. And there's usually a guy that's right in this area. My teammates might have already got him. And then also this guy right here, you can barely see him, but he's up there. Take him out and push on up. Alright, we're going to do the same thing we did here back in the previous episodes. We're going to wait for a guy to show up over here. Right on time. There you go. Come on. Alright, if he tosses a grenade, just run back. Oh, my teammate. Sorry, buddy. Wait for this guy behind the car. We're trying to take out the guy on the heavy gun. That's really what we want to do. That's really like the main goal. Because he can hurt you big time. But we want to make sure that when we peek out that a lot of people are dead. I think I just got him. Because you just don't want to get shot on your left-hand side. There's always going to be another guy, usually over here, unless my... No, there he is, yep. Right on time. Right on time for the party. Now sometimes your teammates will kill him, but if not, they're probably going to leave it up to you to do work. Now this next section is extremely easy. All you have to do is pretty much nothing, which is the easiest thing you can do in the world. You're going to head up here, head up these steps, and all you got to do is just wrap around this corner and, you know, go prone or stand or whatever, and just wait for them to give you the audio prompt to basically pull out that LTLM, and you're going to laser target that building, and then you get to fly around in the chopper and all that stuff. I may forward through that because, I mean, it's really simple. I may just skip the entire chopper scene because, I mean, it's really just that simple. I don't know yet. If I do skip it, I'll come back in after you blow the door up at the bottom. Just not sure yet. Alright, when you get this, go ahead and laser detonate. And then just wait. A chopper's going to come out somewhere in this area and start lighting people up, and then it's going to basically come around and pick you up, I guess, and then you get to go around and shoot people. So I guess I'll leave the chopper scene in there just in case you're a first-time visitor and to the channel and you haven't seen it yet. Now the only difference about this is that you can't see where the targets are. Like, remember when you played it through on the other difficulty, you could see the little triangles. That's the only thing that's really different. Other than that, it's pretty much the same. You know what I mean? And don't let your gun overheat. I guess it is right to show this because, you know, it is a little different. And shoot the cars and stuff, blow stuff up. Typically, wherever your gun is naturally pointing, like right now it's kind of pointing over here, that's typically where the enemies are going to be coming out at for the most part. And you don't really, I don't know if this is true, but I don't even know if you have to really kill any of these guys. I mean, I'm sure you do, but it just looks like this is just something that they put in the game just to have a little bit of fun and to kind of break the monotony of just a standard gunfight. But to me, there's not much strategy that you would need to get through that part. But you know. Alright, now we're going to run way over here. I probably will skip all this because all we're trying to do is go right there, and then there's going to be a long cutscene. So I may do a little crossfade edit right here, and I'll see you when we get back. Gonna head over here to this red gate and wait for our teammates because they're slow. I remember the first time I played, I was like, oh, I need to sneak, you know, something's gonna happen. But once you've already went through the game, it's kind of like, come on, guys, let's get moving. Because I'm ready to get to hardcore mode. I wanna be challenged, man. This really, honestly, it's a pretty good challenge because, you know, you don't have certain features that you're used to having. I'm kind of hoping that hardcore doesn't have these features, just because I think that would make it extremely hard. But now that I'm used to not having the features, it's not really that big of a deal if I get them back or not. You know what I mean? So we'll see. Now right here, there's going to be some enemies that come out. I like to go ahead and just kind of crouch, and this way, if they get past me, like if they live. Like one guy lived, I do have this piece of cover right here to protect me, just in case, right? It never hurts. When you get here, go ahead and crouch and wait. It's going to be a guy that comes behind this chair. These guys are crazy in this room. There's a guy with a shotgun too. You have to be careful. Now, most of the time, for whatever in this room, your teammates actually do pretty good work for you. Like, they'll actually see how they're running in the room right now, and there's a guy with a shotgun. They'll actually take him out for you if you just kind of play it cool. Most of the time they will. I think there's still a guy back over in that area. This little room right here is a little bit tricky, man. These guys, they got shotties, man, and that's like kryptonite, baby. Alright, let's go ahead and breach this wall. Now I think there's only 2 targets on the other end of this thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to shoot both targets, and head immediately to the left-hand side of the map because we want to get behind that overturned sofa because it really does provide us the best protection, at least in my opinion. And we're waiting for some guys to come up here behind this door right here. We're going to take them out, and then there's going to be a guy that runs out right here. We're going to take him out. Just kind of waiting here. There's the first guy. Kind of waiting for a guy to charge right here. Now sometimes he may not. If your teammates kill him, there he is. Then you know he may not, but most of the time he does. There's always a guy over here unless your teammates kill him. You got to be careful about coming up from behind the sofa because of the guy with the heavy gun. He can hit you from here, but it does provide you with a lot of protection. Sometimes there's a guy over here behind this desk. Let me switch. Go single shot. I think he just tossed a grenade in here. No, he didn't. Okay. Anytime you think they toss a grenade, you gotta be cautious. Okay, he's gone. Now I will switch to the scope gun to take this guy out. Got him. Okay. Now, if you followed the guide so far, you know that I like to get over here behind this table right here. Only problem is now we have to worry about grenades. So actually, what I like to do is stay right where I am. I like to stay right back over here and just kind of survey the land. This is probably going to be a very patient section of the game, but or of your play, but it's much needed. You know what I mean? Because you just don't want to die. Dying's not good. Alright, let's worry about these guys across the way. There's a guy right there. Now I'm pretty out in the open here, but I can always come back over here, see? If I need to. And normally I don't use the scope on these guns, but to be honest, it's hard for me to see enemies in this level without it. I don't know what it is. It's the lighting or whatever. See, there's a grenade. That's another reason why I like to stay in this room, is because if they toss a grenade at you, you're going to be able to see it immediately because it's going to be coming straight at you, right? But if they, there's another guy. But if they toss a grenade at you and you're over there behind that table, then it may take you out. And for whatever reason, when I played it on hard difficulty, I never had a problem over there behind that table. When I play it on tier 1, I do have a problem. Even though I feel like there's no difference with difficulty. But I don't know. Maybe there is. There's also going to be a guy up here. Gotta be patient, you know what I mean? Now, your biggest worry here is that you want to, your biggest decision here is which side to go down. I like to go down this side, but you do have to make sure that everybody is dead on this other side. There will still be enemies over here most of the time. Just make sure that they're all dead before you push out over here, because this is a very dangerous time of the firefight. See, there's some guys right there. Oh, I thought that was the enemy. Freaked me out. There's gonna be a guy down here at the end. That's why it's important that you take this dude out first. It's another guy. Let me switch back so I can see. Okay, I think he's down. Let's take this guy out. Is there another guy still over here? To me, this is probably one of the hardest firefights. I don't know if that's just me, but to me, I really have to take my time here. There's still one more guy lurking around. Alright, let's push on up. This is another good little section right here to be in when you push up. Because like I said, just when you think everybody's dead is when they're not dead. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how I work that room, real patiently. I'll keep on going here. Now, this is a pretty scary room. Don't just run out. Kind of use your peek and lean. They're going to end up coming about right here. But you can normally take them out on this side. But you do have to see what I mean. He's right there. Come on, peek out, baby. Alright, cool. Let's keep going. So just keep running until this thing explodes. And then immediately take cover on the left. Right over here. And this is going to be another little section where you can peek and lean, or there's just a lot of gunfire. You can also get a grenade in there too. Just cook it first. Sometimes there's a guy up there. I don't know if he's dead yet. Nope. See what I mean? Barely visible. You just got to be careful before you push out. He's still up there, or another guy is. It's crazy boards, man. It's crazy, crazy. Now right here, I like to get right here behind these sandbags. A little bit different than the strategy that I used earlier. It gives me better angles on these guys. Go ahead and switch to my other gun so I can see. Oh, not quite dead, teammate. Take him out. And what makes this gunfight so crazy hard is that all the enemies are kind of at your flank, right? That's what makes it a little bit more tricky than the fights we've had before now. But I like these sandbags. I can work both the angles in this room. This guy's somewhere over there. Alright, so we're good. So I can understand if this isn't as action-packed as you want it to be, but it's much needed, man. This is a crazy board. Now what I like to do here is just go ahead and run across. I know it seems stupid, but you'll make it. I like to get on this side, and you want to work this angle. There's going to be guys that show up on the other side of that wall right there. And you get a perfect angle on them here. That may be it. Once they're down, if you've got a grenade, this is probably a good time to use it. Just cook it, and then like throw it into that room. I don't think that quite went far enough. Grab you another one from your teammate. There's another guy. Another guy. There's another guy, yeah. Now let's get ready to toss. Oh, didn't quite get him. Got him. All right. It's crazy, man. These rooms. All right, let's keep going.
Roger. Preacher, on the door.
I'm trying to breach. There it goes. We'll just use anything.
Ready?
All right, so this is going to be the boat ride, I guess, is what I'm calling it. You do have to shoot stuff, like you do have to try to kill some enemies, but really you're just trying to just to pop shells off on them. You're not really trying to necessarily kill anybody like we were trying to get the unlock. You're just trying to basically, you know, put some gunfire out there so that these people aren't necessarily just shooting at you. And this should be fairly easy. Like, just spam the trigger. I mean, you're gonna get shot, don't get me wrong, but it's really hard to die here as long as you're just kind of holding down the trigger and shooting in the general direction of the enemies. The only problem is that you can't see the enemies anymore because, you know, it doesn't show up on the little reverse triangles or whatever. But as long as you're kind of shooting in their general direction, you'll be fine. And if you die, you know, just restart your checkpoint and give it another go. But this is pretty self-explanatory right here, I think. But I'll show it to you anyway. Let's take out this gas station. Now you notice that I'm not zooming in at all, and that's because I don't want to slow down. And typically when you zoom like that, you kind of slow down, and that's not what I want to do. I want to keep going as fast as I can go to get through this. And you know, having the board memorized helps out too. Like, I know there's enemies over here, and I'm not really trying to kill them. I'm just trying to put the hurting on them a little bit, and that's pretty much all that there is to this. Kind of work on this bridge some. There's a lot of people over here on the bridge, and then there's some guys over here, and that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna forward a little bit here because this is a long little cutscene, and I'll be back after we get after we're driving. Alright, so now we're driving, and this is pretty simple. All you gotta do is just hold down the right trigger and pretty much just never let off of it. Just keep going. Try not to get hung up on any debris or anything, and you should be able to get through this with no problem. Now sometimes sometimes you're gonna get hung up on debris, and it's gonna be fine. Just you know, keep holding down RT. You'll kind of get over it, and you can do that probably once or twice. You know, getting hung up on debris or whatever, and still be able to make it. But if you miss any more than that, then you may need to it may kind of abort the mission, and you may have to start back over again. But for the most part, if you just kind of, you know, hold down the right trigger and keep going, you're not going to have any problem. The only issue with this is that you don't have the little checkpoint icons anymore. So if you're not used to the level, you may not know exactly like where to go because it's just water. But you know, you can follow the guide for that and take you right through this thing. You're gonna see a boat up here on our left, or a ship I should say, and we're gonna head on over here, and that's gonna be the end of this. Alright, so now we're in mission 7. I did just want to squeeze this one in here right quick. It's hat trick. It's real simple. Just as soon as they say execute, you just want to shoot the target. So he says execute, take your shot, and that's it. So I will see you all in the next mission.